Okay, something that's just coming in right now very strongly. You cannot, and I repeat, cannot burden yourself with the question if they can understand you, if they can see you, if they will appreciate you. You cannot. You will be stopped in your tracks and you will not be able to step into yourself, your purpose, your divine blueprint. I was just recording a video and it was going quite well, I was just, channeling stuff. And as I thought about how I can say it in a way that people can understand and not misunderstand, the transmission was over and this message came. You cannot burden yourself with the question if they will understand. If it's coming through you, if it's something that you want to express verbally in art, painting, music, whatever it is, there is something and someone who needs to receive it. If it's something that you want to express, there is somebody who needs to hear it from you in this exact way. It might not be the whole of humanity. It might not be every single one. It might not even be your mom. But if it's coming through you, there is somebody who's desperately waiting for your message. So don't hold yourself back, thinking about how you can say it so that every single one of the other humans will understand it, because that's impossible. We don't even speak the same language. And we come from such different viewpoints, and we have such different priorities. And we exist on such different planes of consciousness. And it's really nice of you wanting to take all of them with you on your journey, but it's not necessary. The people who are meant to hear your message will get in touch with you. They will get your message. They will receive it one way or another. They might see your video or your art now, or in 10 years, or in 20 years, or in 100 years. They will receive it when the time is right. Stop trying to control everything. This message is for me too. Stop trying to micromanage how things are being perceived, because there's nothing you can do. They will not understand either way, because we perceive things through our own filters. So one person can say something and two people will hear it, but they will hear the exact opposite, depending on where they're coming from, what their judgments are, what their past experiences are, what their motive right now is. There's no way to control it. And it's not our job. We can just let that go. And it feels so good. Honestly, if you take a second and really let it go, you cannot control. Even right now, I don't know how people are going to perceive me saying you can let it go. And I'm learning not to care, because I'm not living my life for them. I'm living my life for myself, mostly. And I can only live my life through my eyes and my senses. I'm not only living my life for myself. I want to do something in the world that helps people. Of course, that's the most beautiful thing, to uplift. But I cannot control the timeline. I can just do whatever I have the impulse to do, which right now is making videos, talking to the camera or to myself, channeling messages, talking to friends, hearing their questions, waiting for answers. That's what I can do right now. But I don't know what scale it's going to have an impact in the end. And it doesn't matter. Maybe at some point one person is going to see this video and it's going to change something for them. Something that's so small yet so significant that their life will never be the same after hearing the message. And that's the goal. That's what happened to me a long time ago when I started watching like YouTube videos, like spiritual YouTube videos, you know, like the old days. Like, I don't know if you guys remember like Infinite Waters, Erin Doughty, Leo Alexandra. Like 10 years ago, I would watch them and it would give me so much excitement and peace and the feeling of belonging, because I was going through a spiritual awakening at 17 and nobody in my close circle knew what the fuck I was going through. And it was scary, you know, like it was very dark, very lonely, very confusing. Which, that's what a spiritual awakening is, no? But having these friends on YouTube that don't know that I exist, but having them tell me their experience and them being on the other side of it, telling me that this is something that's going to expand you in a way that you cannot even imagine yet. There's a way for you to make a living helping people through this. What a concept. It was so new to me. And since then, I've always been wanting to make videos. And I started making them 5 years ago. And I really didn't like it. I wasn't ready. I was scared to be seen, and I was definitely scared to be perceived as weird. And then last year, I did this incredible hypnosis where it's based on the teachings of Dolores Cannon. So the hypnotherapist, she was working with Dolores Cannon, she learned from her. And you're basically accessing your higher self, your soul, your oversoul. And then you can ask them questions and they answer through you. And there was this one question that I had, which was, do I have like a financial block? Because I feel like I do. I feel like I'm meant to live a lot more abundantly than I am right now. And I just can't put my finger on what it is. And the answer was so good. It was like, yes, as soon as she steps into her weirdness, the abundance is gonna come. And I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it, and I'm starting to love it. It took me a while, like 1.5 years, to integrate that message, because there's something scary about letting go of people's judgments, because you're actively accepting that you might be an outcast. You might not belong to anyone. You might not belong to any group. You might lose friends. You might lose touch with your family. And that is incredibly scary. I give you that. But it's not necessarily the truth. It's just the worst case scenario. And even if you lose friends, which I have over the time, people did not always like what I said, what I shared. People could not always connect with the way that I was seeing things. But I learned that every time that life removes somebody from your experience, the gap, if you can hold it with grace and love and patience and sit with it in presence, life will give you something more than equivalent to what you lost. Yes, you might lose some friends when you start acting more like yourself and you start being weird to the majority of people. But by you being openly weird, you are finally attracting your tribe, because they are out there waiting for you, but they cannot perceive you as long as you act like an NPC. Yeah. I think that's it. Stop acting like an NPC. I think that's a good conclusion of this video, so you can attract your tribe. Thanks for listening.